Ever since Apple announced the AirPods, manufacturers have rushed to create similar products. In a true Apple sense, and whether you like them or not, they kind of have kickstarted the wireless earbud world we currently find ourselves in. Products like the T7 wireless headphones from Langsdom are to be expected then, an almost identical clone of the AirPods, but with a very non-identical price. Let's get stuck into the build and design of the T7 wireless first. If we can move past the fact they look just like AirPods, you'll see there are some differences on how they look and work. Each bud has a little button on it. This is used on the right bud for switching them on and pairing them over Bluetooth, and on the left bud it simply turns it on and connects it to the right bud. I will admit it feels clumsy having to switch them both on when removing them from the case, and making sure they paired up not only to the phone but to each other. They do switch off automatically when you place them back in the case, which is smart, but I do wish they were smart enough to turn on when you take them out. However, once you've paired them to your phone or device, this process does become a little bit quicker. The case also acts as a charger for the buds, which are held in by a magnet. The click is satisfying, but I wouldn't dangle these upside down with the lid open. Charge time isn't rapid like others either, taking around an hour and a half to bring them back into the fold, but it's nice that it charges them at all. Battery life in general isn't terrible either. You'll get around 2 hours of use out of them from a full charge, and the case will give them around 4 recharges before the case itself needs some juice. Despite the obvious, I really like the black finish on these buds, and I'm sure a lot of people will prefer the more stealthy look over the more showy white colour. It also helps to play down that wireless bud look, which at least for the moment still seems kind of strange. In terms of fitting, the T7s are just like most other earbuds, meaning they'll fit nicely for some of you and not so nice for others. As they are totally wireless, it's really important that they fit snugly, and luckily enough for me they fit just fine. I've never had a sense that they'll fall out, and the lack of a wire means there's less to physically pull, knock or jolt. But on the flip side, if your ears don't play well with this shape of earbuds, you might find some difficulty of getting them to stay securely in. Most importantly, how do they sound? Well, I'll straight up and say it, these things aren't going to blow you away. They're fine. If you're not an audiophile, or you're the sort of person that is always happy enough with the bundled buds you normally get with a phone, then these will be completely fine for you. However, I am the sort of person to be picky enough to say it, so I will. I find the bass a little lacking and muffled, and the mid-range gets horribly muddy when there's more than a few instruments on the go. Vocals and higher frequencies aren't too bad, but overall the sound just feels unbalanced, and for me at least it's uncomfortable to listen to for an extended period of time. At the end of the day, sound is subjective, and I'm sure a lot of people probably won't find anything wrong with them, but for me, they're not quite there. There is an overbearing issue that seems pretty common among headphones that are wireless at the lower end of the market: lag. This is going to affect you for video watching or playing games, but the audio coming from your device to the headphones is slightly delayed by about half a second. It's quite difficult to notice, but once you do, it's impossible to not see. Obviously, if you're just listening to music, it's not a problem, but if you're planning on watching films or catching up on YouTube, these might not be your best bet. Connection wise, the T7s have been pretty solid for me. Langsdom recommend that you keep your phone in your right pocket while using the earbuds for a more reliable connection, but I've had no issues with it in my left pocket or even a bag. Range seems pretty good too. I can leave the phone in one room and walk around my relatively small flat with no interruptions to the audio. I can't be too critical of these earbuds because of the price. They deliver about 70% of what Apple's AirPods do: a truly wireless experience, charging case, and acceptable sound quality. You could do a lot worse for £35, and if I'm completely honest, they've totally sold me on wireless earbuds. The lack of a wire really is liberating. That rounds us off for this review. If you've enjoyed it, pop a like, and if you're interested in picking up some wireless earbuds for yourself, check out the link below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.